may be seated. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
2 weeks ago, Rolly and I and 45 BJ members on the BJ trip to Israel, who was in the room on the trip. Handful of people here, there. Oh, a lot of people. Here we go. We left Tel Aviv on Friday morning and made our way to Yerushalayim. And there we met Rabbi Ronnie Yeager, a longtime BJ partner and dear friend, along with 3 young reservists in their late 20s and early 30s. They had been brought together by a shared concern about the moral compass of the Israeli army, shaped by their lived experiences as soldiers and then as reservists. One of them was a rabbi who teaches in a religious high school. As he spoke, we could feel the weight of his struggle, the tension between his identity as a religious Jew, his ethical commitments to Torah, and his role as a soldier. He didn't speak with anger. Instead, he voiced a question that in some ways was very quiet and pristine and piercing, one that cut beneath the surface of everything else, essentially asking the question, what is the meaning of Torah and of a Jewish state if we fail morally and ethically? His question was born out of love, and that was very present. And as we continued our journey, meeting Jews and Palestinians, secular and religious alike, that same question kept on staying with me, standing stubbornly at the center. It is no less urgent for Jews marching in the streets of Minneapolis, for rabbis who flew in from across the country to stand together that same Friday at an interfaith demonstration against ICE and its lawlessness in the wake of the murders of Renee Good and Alex Preti. What covenant are we bound to? What claim does it make upon us? What does it mean to serve God and to live in commitment to Torah? These questions stand at the very heart of this week's parasha as we once again arrive at Sinai for Matan Torah, for the giving of Torah. Vayotze Moshe et ha'am likrat Elohim min ha'machaneh vayityatzvu b'tachtit ha'har. Moshe led the people out of the camp toward God, and they took their place, as the translation goes, at the foot of the mountain. The Torah's language here is striking. The people stand not just at the mountain, but b'tachtit ha'har, at the foot of the mountain, or literally under the mountain. The rabbis seize on this image, and in the Talmud in Shabbat 88a, Rabbi Avdimi Bar Chama Bar Chassa offers a dramatic reading. You may be familiar with this. It's called Har Hagigit. God uprooted the mountain and held it over the people like a barrel or like a tub, saying, if you accept the Torah, good. If not, here will be your burial. In this telling, revelation is not a gentle invitation. It is coercive. Accepting Torah is a matter of life and death, according to this read. The rabbis are uneasy with this setup because a covenant accepted under duress hardly seems binding. And so Rabbah responds, don't worry, essentially. The people ultimately accepted the Torah willingly in the days of King Achashverosh, as it is written in the book of Esther, Megillat Esther, V'kimu v'kiblu Yehudim. The Jews sustained or ordained and took upon themselves, meaning they chose anew what they had already received. Problem solved. For a long time, I understood this passage as a story of progression. After all, first coercion at Sinai, then free and joyful acceptance generations later. But lately, I have been reading it differently. Torah is both things at once. It is what we choose willingly with love and joy. And it is also what obligates us when we feel we have no choice, when it hangs over us, demanding that we show up even when we are exhausted, afraid, or longing to turn away. Torah is not always beautiful or easy. It can be heavy. It can be costly. It claims us not only in moments of inspiration, but precisely in moments when running away would be far simpler. There is, however, another image of standing under the mountain, one far less cited, which I only learned this past week when I was studying with my Hartman Fellowship in Yerushalayim. It's far less cited, but no less powerful. In the Mechilta de Rabbi Ishmael, which is a very early midrashic work, we are told that the mountain was lifted from its place with the same imagery, betachtit ha'ar, and that the people came forward and huddled and stood beneath it. And on this moment, the Midrash brings a verse from Shir HaShirim, from the Song of Songs. My dove, in the clefts of the rock, show me your face, let me hear your voice. Here, standing under the mountain is not an act of terror, but of refuge. The mountain becomes shelter, a place of protection, a way for God to draw the people close, to shield them from the world's chaos, and to allow them to huddle together in vulnerability and trust. On this Shabbat of Revelation, we all stand at Sinai. And Sinai is never, ever only one thing. Torah is never only one thing. Being a Jew is not only the glory of the sacred service, the joy of purpose, the blessing of knowing we are called to something meaningful in the world, but neither is it only the burden of obligation, the demands that we cannot escape, the moral claims that force us to choose life, responsibility, and sacrifice over comfort and ease. And our Torah is not only a refuge, a place to gather close for warmth and protection when the world feels hostile and cruel. It is all of this at once. May we be blessed on this Shabbat to stand at the mountain, to stand before it in awe, to stand beneath it in obligation, and to be gathered within it for shelter and grace. And may we find the strength to serve God in all the ways that Torah asks us, especially when it matters most.